Good morning, I'm Clayton Stufflebeam. I'm with Beck's Hybrids. Today we are at the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm with Steve Martin with Martin Till. We're going to talk a little bit about your Dual UMO 2x2x2 system. Go ahead and tell me why you brought this product on the marketplace.
Well, it's an interesting story. My brother, who took the family farm and was farming quite a bit, went to one of those Randy Dowdy meetings.
Okay.
And he came back and he said, we got to get our UMO on both sides. So we went to work taking basically existing product and just fabricated a bracket. So that's what pushed us to do this.
So Randy Dowdy was seeing some benefits to going applying starter fertilizer on both sides of the row as opposed to one.
Right.
Now why do we think that's the case?
Well, I think the root mass, I think having roots that clearly if you have it on one side, the roots will grow towards that.
Right.
So we see twice the root mass.
Yep. Through some of our research, we've seen some preferential root growth as well. So when we compare in our studies, we're testing one side versus both sides of the row. And we've seen on the one side of the row, the roots kind of perforate towards those nutrients. Once they find those nutrients, they tend to push more roots in that direction.
Okay. And
we're seeing some pretty good data with this. We'll talk about the data here in a little bit about the advantages by using both sides versus one. Go ahead and tell me why you're using a leading coulter versus in between the gauge wheels and closing wheels.
Oh, yeah. So we feel it's very important to get the liquid or the dry down close to seed depth, opposed to just dribbling it on top or spray injecting it like some of the other front mounted coulters do. We feel very strongly about putting the liquid in the seed trench and not letting it splatter or wind blow it over on the planter.
So you're utilizing a knife here instead of a high pressure injector.
Yep.
Knife made out of stainless.
It's 4140 heat treated with a stainless tube.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your brackets here. What are we doing with that?
Yeah, we borrowed this idea from Sunflower. Its job basically is to hold the furrow wall in place so that disc doesn't flip out soil and lead you in a depression. It works really, really well in no-till. Usually when this unit rolls through the field, you can't tell from looking behind the planter that it had two openers on it. It's the minimum soil disturbance.
So we can prevent from causing slabs going into our gauge wheels.
Yes.
I've used this system now on our planter at PFR for 2 seasons, and the big advantage I've seen, so I come from a frame-mounted 2x2 coulter before. It's very hard to set my depth with that coulter as a ripper coulter, and then I would throw a lot of slabs into my gauge wheels. And then create some seed depth and consistency, which when I went to this system on our corn planter, we got rid of that problem pretty quick.
It's referred to as 2x2x2, but with our dual, we're actually, the closest we can get is 3. So we're a 2, which we call seed depth, and then 3 inches times 2, so we call it a 2x3x2.
Right, and that's the question I was going to ask you. That's been kind of unclear in the marketplace. Used to 2x2x2. A lot of guys were thinking 2 inches below the seed or 2 inches below the soil surface.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that. Can we change our depth?
You can. We have but 3 positions. One per the manual puts you 3/4 inch below the seed. I don't think that's realistic with 2 of these. I have seen it done, but put it in the middle hole for dual. Puts it right even with seed. Then we have a 3/4 above seed,
right?
Which guys that are planting primarily in tilled ground end up having to go there because everything kind of sinks down.
Yep, I got you there. What about longevity? You've had these out for how many years now?
This will be the 4th spring. This flap is the fastest thing to wear, the UHMW. I think a good average acres per row on it would be 300 acres.
Okay.
Maybe longer, maybe less. The blades are, industry standard boron. That's going to vary, but literally years.
Years.
Yeah, years.
Yeah. Okay. What about cost? What's the cost of with the row cleaners out of the scenario here, just the 2x2x2 both blades.
Okay. So we're looking at the openers at $415 a piece. So we have a left hand and a right hand, so that's $830, and then this mounting bracket's about 100, 110, something like that. So $940. Yeah, somewhere around in there.
Around $940 a row. Now, what about if I was to purchase those? What's my easiest route to get my hands on a set?
We like to see guys work through our dealer network, and just about any implement dealer that sells a planter is a Martin dealer. If not, we can easily set them up. We also have key volume dealers that we can recommend you to that actually really do well promoting our product. But so just go see your dealer or call in and we'll point you to your nearest dealer. We also have a dealer locator on our website. When you click contact, it pulls up a Google map and you can put your zip code in and it'll show you all the dealers in your area.
Okay, it's pretty big footprint there. It's been a pretty good unit for me. Now let's talk about the important part here. When we look at some yield data, this is multi-location data from Indiana, Central Illinois, and Ohio. A 2 hybrid average, just by, this is 18-18-0 applied, so which is it's a mix of 10-34-0 and 28% liquid UAN. We gained 5.5 bushels an acre just by splitting our concentration from one side to 2.
Okay.
And then when we increased our rate, we gained 7.3 bushels per acre. 20 gallon to the acre and then 25 gallon to the acre, which is quite a bit of solution. We gained $9 an acre with a return of $24.38.
That paid back pretty quick.
It paid back pretty quick with those numbers. So that was first year data. We are continuing that research this year. I'll be looking forward to 2-year data on that. We've seen really good results with 2x2x2 systems as a whole. Steve, anything else you'd like to add?
No, we really appreciate this PFR partnership with Beck's Hybrids, and we look forward to continuing to innovate and work with you guys on this same type data. So thanks for stopping by.
Yep, thanks for helping me out here this morning. We'll probably be working with you quite a bit here in the future. Again, this is Clayton Stufflebeam with Beck's Hybrids at the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you.
Thanks.